It's one thing when your greatest enemy comes for you, but when they come for your recently returned parents? That's war. And for Peter Parker, this was a battle he never saw coming. Eddie Brock, with sweat pouring down his face, trembles under the weight he's lifting. His eyes burn with rage, his voice a low growl. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he ruined my life, and he's gonna pay. Black tendrils twist and coil around him, enveloping his form. Muscles swell, eyes burn white, teeth sharpen into a monstrous grin. Venom emerges, massive and menacing. Fueled by vengeance, Eddie surrendered to the darkness, to the hunger, and from that hatred, Venom was born. Peter's day shatters with a single whisper. Venom escaped. His face goes pale, heart pounding as his spider sense screams. No, he knows about my parents. City lights blur as Spider-Man races through New York, desperation in every swing. But he's too late. Beneath the crumbling ruins of the Thrill World amusement park, Venom towers over Richard and Mary Parker, his voice a sickening whisper. Don't be scared. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to protect you. From Spider-Man. The Parkers exchange confused glances. What do they have to do with Spider-Man? This comes as a shock to Brock, who quickly realizes that Peter Parker has not told his parents that he is really Spider-Man. However, he refuses to tell them the truth, as he wants to preserve their innocence. Meanwhile, Spider-Man web slings across the city, hoping he can find some clue as to where Venom may have taken his parents. On his way to the Bugle's archives, Peter notices that Jonah Jameson's office door is closed and figures that Jonah is working on something important. On the other side of the door, Jonah Jameson has put in another call to the Symkaria embassy, demanding to speak with Silver Sable. Sable takes the call and informs Jonah that she will not be providing him with hourly updates. He hired them to hunt down Venom, and she assures him that they will get the job done. Hours later, Peter is at the 34th Street high-rise where Anne Wying lives. Peter had learned that Anne used to be the wife of Eddie Brock before he became Venom. She is startled at first and threatens to call the police. But when he explains that her husband has innocent people as prisoners, she relents and agrees to talk. She tells him how in love they were, but he kept a side of his life hidden from her. After losing his job, Eddie also grew cold toward Anne, ending their marriage in the process. Finishing this recollection, Anne can still remember the shine he used to get in his eyes when he looked at her, particularly whenever he took her to the Thrill World amusement park. Spider-Man thanks Anne for the information and leaves soon after. Left with her thoughts, Anne wonders if there is anything she can do to help. Suddenly, she gets a moment of inspiration and rushes outside, calling for a taxi. Later that night, Spider-Man arrives at Thrill World, his only clue to the whereabouts of Venom. His arrival is detected by Venom, who tells the Parkers not to worry. He will protect them from Spider-Man. As he leaves, Richard Parker manages to grab hold of a shattered piece of mirror from the ground and uses it to cut through Venom's webbing. Brock confronts Spider-Man, who vows to make Venom pay if he has harmed his parents. The web-slinger is shocked to discover that Brock didn't kidnap his parents to harm them, but to protect them from Spider-Man himself. As the shadows dance across decaying amusement rides, Anne Wying arrives, her voice shaking. Eddie, let them go. This isn't who you are. Eddie tells her, you shouldn't be here, Anne. I'm protecting them. From him. Anne Wying, no, you're hurting them. You're hurting yourself. This isn't revenge, Eddie. This is madness. Before Eddie can respond, the Wild Pack crashes onto the scene, weapons blazing. Silver Sable's voice echoes through the chaos. Contain the monster, no matter the cost. Explosions rock the amusement park. When Spider-Man tries to explain that he had nothing to do with this attack, Venom attacks him relentlessly. Before he can seriously hurt the web-slinger, the Wild Pack leaps in and attacks Brock all at once. Recovering from the attack, Spider-Man asks Chen why the Wild Pack has come. She explains that they were hired by the Daily Bugle to take down Venom in order for the newspaper to get an exclusive of his capture. Suddenly, Powell tries to shoot the wall crawler, but he dodges out of the way thanks to his spider sense. Instead, his bullets damage Chen's sonic blaster. As Spider-Man deals with Powell, his parents have finally gotten free and are trying to make their way out. By this point, Venom punches Battlestar so hard that he slams into the side of an amusement ride, compromising its structural integrity. When Crippler tries to come at Venom with a flamethrower, Venom rips the gun barrel from the fuel supply and throws Crippler into Quentino. That's when Venom hears Richard and Mary calling for help. He sees the couple trapped in a ring of fire created by Crippler's flamethrower. Despite the fact that fire is one of his weaknesses, Venom leaps over the flames and recovers Richard and Mary. He then sends them off with Anne, telling them to get to safety. Meanwhile, Spider-Man is dodging Chen's attacks as she tells him to stay out of their way. With no other choice, he knocks Chen out with a single punch. This leaves him open for an ambush from Venom, who has returned his attention to the wall crawler. As Spider-Man fights for his life, Anne leaves the Parkers with Lance Bannon while she tries to find a way to get Eddie to stop fighting. Venom overpowers Spider-Man and begins smashing the hero into the same amusement park ride, causing even greater damage to the ride. With his head covered by the symbiote, Spider-Man is slowly suffocating as he is being beaten. However, he is saved at the last moment when Quintino manages to get the sonic gun working and unleashes a powerful blast on Venom. Before he can finish off Venom, Quintino is hit from behind by Anne, knocking him out. Eddie thanks Anne for helping and is about to resume his beating on Spider-Man. This horrifies Anne, who can't believe that Eddie would kill another human being, and she begins to run. Suddenly, the damaged ride begins to tip over, threatening to crush her. Venom leaps in the way and tries to hold it up with his strength. Unfortunately, the blast from the sonic blaster has left him too weak to push it off. Fully recovered, Spider-Man lends his strength and helps Venom save Anne's life. With his ex-wife safe, Venom is about to attack Spider-Man again when Anne stops him. She points out that Spider-Man risked his own life to help save her. This finally makes Venom realize that Spider-Man actually saves innocent lives, and that killing the hero would doom all those that Spider-Man will save in the future. Venom then offers to make a deal with the wall crawler. He will no longer come after him, and Spider-Man will not come after him. With no other choice, the wall crawler agrees. However, when Venom fires a webline at a passing helicopter to get away, the hero decides he can't just let Venom go free. He manages to tag his foe with a spider tracer, but it is detected by the symbiote and crushed. In the aftermath of the battle, Peter tells his wife Mary Jane everything that has happened.